Good morning, LinkedIn family. Coming to you again with another Coffee with Bob. And I am very pleased and very excited to introduce you to Megan. Megan is a new contact, follower of mine. And I follow her as well too. So I love introducing everyone to new people because I get to learn just as much as you do. And always remember, I say this all the time, it only takes one connection to change a life. Who knows, Megan may be that connection. Megan, thank you so much for joining me today. And I didn't want to butcher your last name. Can you say your full name for us?
Absolutely, DiMartino.
DiMartino. Okay. My oldest son went to Martino Junior High. You think I would have known how to do that?
A little D on the front, and then Martino Junior High. There you have it.
Well, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody's looking forward to learning about Megan. So tell me, Megan, what is it that you're working on today?
Well, Bob, thank you for having me first, Ali. It's just a pleasure to be here with your your LinkedIn family. You know, we're all multifaceted here in social media. But I basically, short of the long story, Bob, is that I have been a lifelong creator of businesses and teams in the beauty industry. I have been working for over 40 years, creating several skincare brands, and then recently a clinical medical spa here outside of Austin, Texas. And in the middle of a pandemic, someone not literally knocked on my door. I had just finished a live, and with my staff, I called it the pop-up shop. They were home and we were live together with our guests, so to speak. And a gentleman came to my door, knocked on the door, and said, would you be interested, literally, I mean this, would you be interested in speaking to me about selling me your business? And I have been approached before, but it was the right time. And not just because of the pandemic, but because of things that I've been working on, Bob, that I'm passionate about. I'm really passionate about helping others with all of the years of experience that I've had. And so I started a course, it's almost finished, last year, and I kind of took a detour because I had been also working on a book, and I finished the book and published it on Amazon. It's called Hope and Possibilities Just Over the Horizon. It's never too early or too late to create the life of your dreams. And during the lockdown, I put it on my website as an ebook for you, because to give people hope and infinite possibilities. So basically, it is my story. I'm from New York to Texas in 1987 for a job with Alcon Laboratories. And I took that job because I knew by that point I was going to do my own skincare brand, but I'm not a chemist. So I wanted to learn from the expert. So I was recruited by Alcon, and they're a pharmaceutical company manufacturing products for the ophthalmologist and the dermatologist. So it was a good fit, and they had just purchased a small lab manufacturing hair care products, serious for thinning hair and the like. So I was national sales and marketing director, but I was able to hang out with very sophisticated chemists. So I was very blessed through my career to be exposed, and it's that mastermind, that networking, which is so important. And that's another reason why being with you, Bob, is such a joy and a blessing to me, because if I can just, like you said, touch one person to continue on, to begin though, to not, and that dream, that hope, that aspiration, and then begin and build and sustain. And so I've circled back now, and I'm finishing up the course, which is initially going to be for the spa industry, but then it's called a $1 Million Spa Master's Program by me, Megan DiMartino, but I will then alter it for small businesses as well. So it is it's going to be a great tool for people to use to glean that information.
Awesome. Wow. That's quite a story so far. That's amazing. And I'm jealous of the book. I've been working on a book now for more years than I can count. I just need to get to finish it. I am definitely picking up your book for sure. I love the title.
Thank you, and I hope you do, because it's a short book, and I'll just share a little personal point to it. And again, this might touch someone.
You never know.
My husband called Tyler, in 2009 had a mini stroke, which if I had had, I would have been in rehab, and it was the right parietal side of the brain, pinprick, but it threw him into a disease called Lewy bodies. It would have happened anyway, but it exacerbated it. And Lewy bodies is a Parkinson's form of dementia. I would not wish it on my worst enemy. But so that journey was for 2 years. And he passed September 29th, 2011. And the morning he passed in our home, and it was in the middle of the night. And I went into the kitchen and was sitting at the kitchen table, and it started to dawn. And the backyard, I'm not exaggerating, was full of white butterflies.
Oh, wow.
And I put my head down on the kitchen table and I said, "What are you trying to tell me, God?" You know, and I just, as I raised my head, and I'm really not I'm being dramatic, I guess, but the bottom line was I heard this small voice say, "Share your story." And I said, "What story? Tonight? My life story?" Well, God doesn't answer those questions.
Right.
So I started journaling from that point. And obviously those 2 years were difficult on my businesses. Okay. So as I say to people, I've been in other pandemics, but it's again, not stopping. And, but anyhow, when I started the course last year, I just, that inner voice said, "Don't stop, keep going." So I started the book.
Wow.
And finished it.
Amazing. Amazing. So when are you hoping to be able to launch the course, to get it? Are you ready to launch yet, or soon?
It's ready to launch. It is, my goal is the end of November. So it'll be ready for the first of the year, meaning it'll be in marketing and so forth and ready to go at the end of November, early December.
And it starts out initially for spa owners, correct?
It is, and I'll share another point, and there may be some salon spa people on your show, is that there is a horrible, horrible statistic in the aesthetic world, and aesthetic means skincare. Mm-hmm. And it is that 95%, and this is a national statistic, 95% of all newly licensed estheticians, this is not applicable just to Texas, it's all over. Mm-hmm. 95% of first-time newly licensed estheticians are not working in the field in 5 years. Not.
Really?
That means almost everyone. And the reason why is the education. When I got my license in the early 90s, the same board that people take today is the same board I took in 1992.
Wow.
But yet the demand from the consumer and the, like I just sold a medical spa, so we do laser work and the like. Well, there's such a disconnect with that. Yeah. So, and the second issue or reason why it not only education, but most salons today in the United States are facade look like a salon, but all those stations are leased. They're like little real estate leases.
Sure, like hair salons.
I'm saying hair salons are leased. Well, right. That is what happened also in the aesthetic world, is that places lease rooms. So they get out of school and they start, it's like the field of dreams, build it and they will come. Right. Well, that doesn't happen. And they don't have the skill set to back it up. You have to have a client base in order to go into those independent rooms. So this will be geared to the spa owner. And there are still some, like I was, meaning where I trained the staff, and that's why it's called the master's program, because when I hired someone, they had to sign on the dotted line that they were not going to be in the room for at least 6 months. Because they had to be trained, and yes, they were paid hourly, but they had to learn the whole curriculum, the philosophy, but also obviously the treatment structures as well. Cool. So it's part of that program, but again, it goes into many other things. But as you know, somebody might have an idea to do something, but how to really start it and make it happen are two very different things.
Yeah,
So it
exactly.
is
Well,
heavily in that piece there too.
awesome. It sounds like an incredible program, and it sounds like it'll segue to small businesses very easily.
Yes.
I thank you for joining me for this chat today and all this useful information. If you're not connected with Megan, please look her. She'll be tagged in this post. Connect with her, follow her, watch her posts, message her. You know, like I said at the beginning, it only takes one connection to change a life, and Megan definitely sounds like someone who can change your life. So, Megan,
Thank you.
thank you again, and have a great day.
You as well. Thank you so much. Be blessed, everyone.